Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. I hope you all are having a great start to your day. Today's video is going to be about appropriate exercise clothing. So, first off, there's a lot of different types of clothing you can wear that are activity specific. But we're going to be kind of general with this. I'll throw in some examples here and there, but just know that it's very activity specific. So just take it with a grain of salt, and really it's also based on personal preference. So if you prefer if you prefer something other than what I'm saying here, that's totally fine. These are just general guidelines that can definitely help you performance-wise and safety-wise as well. So let's jump into it. First of all, you're going to want to pick pieces of clothing that are lightweight. So speaking in terms of material, you'll want some sort of synthetic material that wicks sweat. That way it keeps you cool. So when I think of this, I think of like Dri-FIT and other types of synthetic material. Cotton can be great. It's comfortable, it's soft, but it actually absorbs the sweat and it can start to feel kind of heavy and like stick to you and things like that. So it doesn't wick the moisture like some of those synthetic materials do. But again, this is totally based on personal preference. So if you prefer the feel of the cotton shirt over the synthetic material, that's totally fine. Just know that the cotton material tends to absorb moisture. Next up, you're going to want to pick something that's breathable. So you don't want to, you want to avoid the rubber-based fabrics because they are not, in fact, breathable. And what happens then is, with the restricted airflow, you actually tend to get hotter rather than cooler. So they don't wick moisture, so they tend to hold on to that moisture or keep it close, which again makes you actually feel warmer. It doesn't help cool your body down. Along with those two, you're going to want something that's comfortable. So I kind of mentioned this a little bit with the synthetic material versus cotton. Totally personal preference. But in other terms, you want to avoid restrictive clothing. So if anything is too tight, that can be really uncomfortable. I know I've had shirts that are sometimes too tight around the armpits, and I actually get not like chafing, but some marks on my skin from the constant rubbing of that material. So you want something that's going to be a little bit on the looser side, flowy even, and something that's comfortable, whatever material that you prefer. So this is where I'm going to get into a little bit more of the activity-based clothing. So if you're biking, you obviously don't want baggy pants on. That might get stuck in the chain or wrapped around the pedals. Especially performance-wise, you're going to want something that's nice and snug to the body. Not too snug that it cuts off, circulation or makes you feel uncomfortable. But something snug. For activities like yoga, you're probably going to want that same kind of material that's snug to the body, but still allows all that movement, because with yoga, you're doing lots and lots of different movements throughout your body. So you want something that's fitted and wicks moisture. Would be the ideal kind of outfit or exercise clothing that you'd want to wear for those two activities. With exercising, say with the Silver Sneakers classes, I see a lot of people wear like sweatpants, so they're a little bit more breathable, a little bit flowy, and then a t-shirt. Sometimes dry fit I see, sometimes cotton. Again, that's totally personal preference, but just that kind of clothing that allows you to move freely. And if we're talking about weather-wise, or say it's winter and you're walking from your car into the building, you obviously probably don't want to walk from your car to the building in a t-shirt and shorts. It's gonna kind of be cold. So definitely start with layers. You can always take off layers, but again, start with that moisture wicking layer on the bottom, and then put some insulating layers over the top of that so you can take those off. Overheating can be a big problem, especially if it's some sort of outdoor activity. So again, it's really, you might have to find what's going to be most comfortable and what's going to work for you. I know some people who don't even sweat and they can just wear cotton shirts like it's no problem. But for me, I can tell a huge difference when I wear a cotton shirt versus a synthetic material. The synthetic material just feels better to me. It's definitely more breathable for myself, and just allows better movement overall. So next time you're about to start an activity of some sort, try to think about the clothing that you're going to wear, and what are the benefits and what are going to be the downfalls of that clothing, and see again what works for you. There's tons of different ways you can go about doing it, but try these out. As always, feel free to leave me suggestions for other topics in the comments here. I'm open to lots of different things, so don't hesitate to leave a suggestion. Get outside, enjoy that beautiful weather that we have today and tomorrow. And I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. I will see you all on Monday for our live exercise class. Thanks and take care.